You may not know now, but one day you'll understand. You pray to whatever it is that you pray to, meditate that your blessings may be on hold until you are in alignment with your destiny. You may not know now, but one day you'll understand. You right now it just seems like one short-lived victory after another. It seems like a endless pattern of doing this thing so that you can finally have the time to do the next thing, so you finally have the time to do what you wanted to do to begin with, that puts you on this journey to begin with. And there will be days when you're tired, soldier. And perhaps not physically, but maybe physically too. Perhaps just emotionally, perhaps mentally, whatever the case is. But there will be days when again, not a Christian man. However, did grow up Christian from a Christian family, and so I will use one of their analogies. Is it an analogy? They asked Kobe Bryant, what does he owe? Where he's at. To which he replies, "God is good." Um, the reporter asks, "Is it that simple?" And he says, "Doesn't get any simpler than that. God is good, man." Questioned, "Did you know that when you began?" And he's like, "Man, you can know it all you want, but..." And here comes the Christian specific part, which is, until you can't carry that cross and he carries you and the cross, then you'll know that he's good. I'm a Xhosa man. Xhosa, we have a very simple phrase. Asithandaza uThixo when we're praying to God. Hopefully, uThixo is in reference to uQamatha, uThixo okhokho bethu. But regardless of what you choose to name the energy, the divine essence from which we all come, there is a phrase that says "Xa ndiyekelela kuwe." And I think we yekelela kuye to let go and let God, in a sense, is what the phrase captures as well. When you let go and let God, is when you are truly at that point where you understand that you don't know now, and you understand that one day you will, and you understand that the blessings are on hold. you know um, Blessings delayed and not blessings denied, as they say. Oh, this is one of those ones that gets like one view. This is, yeah, this might be too real, you know. Blessings delayed or not blessings denied is very it's very difficult to hear. but you may need to hear it, and you may think you're ready. Hell, you may be ready, and the opportunity just isn't right for you at this moment in time. You may be as ready as anything to do everything that you set out to do in this very moment. But then again, you may not. And I think what I'm coming with to you today is to understand that either way, regardless, it's not up to you. All that you can control the controllables, or you can control the inputs, and what the output is, how much you get in return, not up to you at all. And I think it's very easy to give up, especially when you're young. Super, super easy to throw in the towel. You just I give up, and then that's it. It's just what I'm here with is, easy as it may be to give up, if you can force your own heart and nerve and sinew serve you long after they are gone. And so hold on when there's nothing left within you except the will which says to them, hold on. And I think you have to get to that place. Mike Tyson said, no, you have to hit rock bottom. Right? Because that's where all the upside is. If you're on the very bottom of where you could be, then you're not going to get to experience all that upside. One battle, one battle after another meeting. Sometimes you'll find that the very things that give you happiness, the very things that you're sacrificing to be able to do in spades, are the very things that you're missing out on in this moment. And they may be simple pleasures, it may be as simple as, spending time with a younger brother, playing a stupid game, whatever. While at the same time trying to be a good son, trying to show up for your family, do what you need to do in that regard, while trying to show up for yourself. Just do your laundry, work out, um, being a young ambitious man, it's very difficult to even know what love is, because who has time to find out? That's the thing. Who has time? Who has the time to figure out who's who and what's going on and what's for you and what's not? On top of that, it's career or academic, or both pressures are on you at the same time. That being said, you have your goals with your physique. You may be trying to build a personal brand. You may be doing a lot of things at the very same time. And I'll tell you something about progress. And I know this is true, is that you don't realize progress in the moment. In the moment, you don't realize progress. It doesn't look like progress to you. It's just mundane. It's just what you do. And over a long enough time horizon, you'll see that it meant something. It really, really did. Because without that day when you didn't feel like doing it, without trying again and failing, I think The Rock said something to the effect of, the desire, the ambition to succeed will never be as powerful as the courage to fail. And I think I'm running low on that courage right now. I'm running very low on that courage. the moment. It's like I may be heading back into a certain challenge that it bothers me because it puts me in a position where I really can't do much. And man, there's nothing I despise more than to feel powerless, I suppose, in the sense that it's okay when something is outside of my control, and then I've controlled the controllables. What absolutely pains me is when there are controllables that are humanly, physically, like there's nothing within the laws of physics that said that, or that say that I can't control this. But in my current situation, I can't control it. In my current situation, I can't control that controllable. Man, there's no greater pain. There's no greater pain to a man like myself than helplessness, because it directly contradicts your self-image. It directly contradicts everything else and the way that you're able to show up for yourself. Because winners win. That's why I hurt so much. That's why I hurt so much not to win. And I hate losing. I hate losing, you know, but I'm losing. I'm losing, and to which some would counter, but you can't win them all. Says who? Who told you that? That may be a limiting belief that you can't win them all. What if you can? What if you do? What if you had the courage enough? What if you had the courage enough to put yourself in a position to have it all, but then realize that that position is the exact same position where you would lose it all? In order to be in a position to have it all, you have to simultaneously be in that same position, understanding that people who stand here stand a chance to lose it all. Like that. Everything to gain and everything to lose are very often the exact same place in life, more often than we like to admit. And so I'm not going to sit here and say that it's easy. Hell, I'm not even going to sit here and say that it's worth it. I don't know. I'm right in the thick of things. Am I not? But it's the only good fight there is. There is no other good fight. This is the good fight. When we talk about fighting the good fight, well, wake up, smell the coffee, buddy. You're in it. You know, whether you'd like it or not, you're gonna put your neck on the chopping block again. And when your neck is on that chopping block, you are going to be in a position where you have everything to gain. You're going to be in a position where you can show up and win. But in order to truly win, you have to be in a position to lose to begin with. That's tough. That's so tough. Because it is contrary to my beliefs about preparation, right? Preparation puts you in a position where you've been there 100,000 times and you've nailed it 100,000 times. And so if there are slight tweaks and variances, there are only very small adjustments that you have to make, meaning you have essentially won the battle already long before the day of the battle. So when you're in a position where it's not a one shot, one opportunity in life, but you're only getting one swing, and it could be another year before you get to have another swing. It could be another 6 months before you get to have another swing. That's tough. And sometimes we talk about God preparing us. We talk about God preparing us, and what I'm talking about now is one thing that always weighs heavy on me throughout, regardless of what I'm doing. I always think about it. I think about it every day. And 6 months have rolled around, and I have another shot. And naturally, I'm going to give everything that I have to give. However, the fact that we are in this position means that we've given everything that we had to give multiple times, not one. That's tough. It's tough to go again after such long time horizons, because we do, or I do rather, have a certain sense of looking back at myself in certain periods of time and thinking to myself, damn, I could never do that again. Sometimes I think about how hard I had to grind to go from 70 to over 100 kilograms. From 70 kgs, 69, to walking around at 110 in a year, completely naturally, working a full-time job, like everything, hell. So sometimes I look back at younger me and I'm like, bro, I don't know. And there are many instances that I can point to where I'm like, bro, there's like a crazy level that I could tap into. And the fact that I, with all that, tapped into it and couldn't get it done, woo, it haunts me every day. I can't lie to you. But we talk here in the beginning that you may not know now, but one day you'll understand, first and foremost. Which is tough to hear as a winner, because as a winner, you don't want to understand anything. You just want to win. You don't want to understand the conditions of you not winning. You just want to win. And then we talk about praying that God may put your blessings on hold until you're aligned with your destiny, so that you don't lose your blessings. Pray that God may put your blessings on hold until you're in line, until you're aligned with your destiny, so that you don't lose your blessings. Damn. And the tough part about that for me is not even the blessings being on hold. It's them being on hold until what? Until you're aligned with your destiny. Is destiny controllable? I don't think so, motherfucker. Destiny doesn't sound like a controllable to me. And so my blessings are on hold until I'm aligned with my destiny. Aligning with my destiny is up to me, but I don't know what it is. And so we do what we can do, my brothers and sisters. We work. I may win today, doesn't matter. Tomorrow, I get up and I get back to the grind. I may lose today, doesn't matter. Tomorrow, I'll get up and I'll get back to the grind. I may not know now, but one day I'll understand. Did in fact enjoy today's video, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I've been Sage. Standing on business. Signing off.